Welcome back to some new r/petty revenge stories, where people get small victories over those who wronged them. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Good Morning. I'm a 41-year-old father of 3 kids. I have never been able to afford a vacation, let alone one without kids. I saved up for a very long time to take my wife on her dream trip. The first night, after a day of amazing hikes and boulder climbing to scenic peaks, we fell sound asleep until 3 AM. That's when I heard the 2 20-something-year-old women next door, squealing in the hallway and constantly opening and slamming their doors. I was young once, partied very hard well into my 30s, and I have a ton of patience, so I gave them some grace at first and didn't say anything. I fell back asleep, and 45 minutes later, they are even louder through the wall, and in and out slamming doors again. I got up to say something, but missed them as they were going back into their room. Fully awake, I noticed the "Please do not disturb" sign on their door, which I promptly snatched. I spent the rest of the night reading in the lobby, until my wife texted me, asking where I was. After we got ready and went out for breakfast, I was there to see the maid knock and enter their room to wake them up, and I heard their reactions. Miserable and hungover. I gave the maid a tip and apologized for their rudeness. It's the least I could do for making her catch a stray bullet. The next story is called Holiday Plans Destroyed. My coworker and I share a space. She has been there 3 years, myself 5 months. She is not my boss, but constantly looks over my shoulder, telling me how to change my work. She is rude to the people we work with overseas online. She does it all on speakerphone and ignores me when I ask her to use a headset while she yells at them. She talks about her stomach problems and her issues pooping. When I ask her not to, she tells me to get over it. If another coworker comes to speak to me, she answers for me and over me. She also swears at her computer, verbally responding to emails she doesn't like, talks over her breath while reading her work constantly. I told her many times to please stop, and she got angry, saying she doesn't jump to my tune, and complains of having to walk on eggshells around me, as she isn't accustomed to modifying her behavior for anyone. The company is tiny, and the owner insanely, pitifully cheap. I'm the first person in years who was able to cover her work. She is desperate for a vacation, and recently booked a long trip to Hong Kong for 2.5 weeks. She doesn't know yet that I was recently offered a way better full-time job through someone I've worked freelance for in the past. My freelancer is understanding if I want to wait a bit before I end my current employment, as my coworker's holiday is in 2 weeks. But I think I'll give my notice early. Our boss is a huge jerk, and my coworker hates his guts, and it should be an interesting fallout. If she goes on holiday, there's no one else who can do her job. She will have a total meltdown. The third story is called Double Revenge. I went to the mall for a small errand. It's the weekend, so parking was scarce. As I'm on the search, I see 2 spots pretty close, so I assume it's my lucky day. But as I get there, I see that a pickup has managed to take up 4 spots at once. If I had been in my work truck, I would have just moved on, but I happen to be in my super compact clown car that gets incredible gas mileages and will easily fit into what's left of a space behind this truck. I park and go in to do my thing, and as I walk out, I can see the owner walking around frustrated, and getting closer, I can see why. Another tiny car had pulled up and upgraded my revenge, and blocked the truck from pulling out forward. I chuckle as I put away my one item, but as I started to get in my car, the guy throws his hands up at me and shakes his head, calling me names, like it was my fault that he was in this situation. Just then I realize I haven't had lunch yet, and even though the food court lines are crazy long, a pretzel would really hit the spot. So I lock my car back up and start walking back inside. At a distance, I see the guy get back out because he realized I left, and started to look around to try and measure if he can shimmy his truck out. I order eat and take my time responding to a few texts and emails, but I quickly got bored and set out to leave 6 to 10 minutes later. I see my new best friend still there, resigned to his fate. This time, no eye contact is made, but I can see him watching me through the corners of his eyes, and in the mirrors as he reverses almost in sync with me, and we both get on with our day. The last story is called Teaching a Lesson. I live by the coastline, and there were constant gusts of wind, meaning objects are being blown around. I decided to run to the store to grab a bunch of snacks and some drinks, as I decided to chill for the weekend. Being a Saturday, such a place is kinda busy and full of people. As I'm pulling into the parking lot, a couple jumps in front of me, making me slam on my brakes pretty hard. I ended up parking next to them at the far end of the parking lot. I grab my snacks and drinks and head out. I get to the parking, and this couple is unloading their shopping and groceries from a car to their car. As I am pulling out of the parking by reversing, I see a shopping cart blocking their exit, meaning I have to get out and push the cart away. I get out of the car and I look at the couple, who just give me mean looks. I stand there for 2 to 3 seconds looking at them as they are mean mugging me. This is where I get mad, because next to them is a ramp, where you can set the cart on the ramp and it will roll down to where the rest are stored. Also, as a full-grown adult, I expect you to act responsibly and reasonably. I get back to my car and reverse enough to block their exit, meaning they can't get out unless I exit first. I decide if I can collect and push one cart, why not take a couple more in the process? I start collecting shopping carts all around the parking and pushing them to the ramp. I set them on the hilly top ramp and watched one by one as they rolled down to the storage area. At this point, the mean couple is looking at me as I walk from one end to another looking for shopping carts. At the same time, I decided to call my buddy. I could have texted him later, but I had to ensure the couple didn't get a chance to talk to me. So I'm talking on the phone while pushing carts around, with the wind blowing for the most part. The guy yells at me, saying, "Buddy, move your car." And I am like, "1 minute please." To avoid confrontation, I walk to the other end of the parking lot to look for carts while still on the phone. The woman comes to me and taps my shoulder, saying, "Excuse me, sir, can you move your car? You are blocking our exit." And I am like, "Sorry, just give me a minute." I am telling my buddy what I am doing, and he is laughing and telling me how wicked I am. I collect and push carts for a good 15 minutes, setting each on the ramp and watching every single one roll down as they are sitting in their car, mean mugging through their car's windows. Finally, after making sure there are no unattended carts in the parking lot, I return to my car and slowly pull away. While inside the car, I thought of going back to the store and getting more snacks as they sat in their car, but my buddy told me to let it go. They had learned their lesson. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.